I'm so blessed to have you all here. Per usual, it's your favorite 71% successful grant writer, Superior Shelby, and a 10-year entrepreneur coach. Okay, and I'm so happy to have you on the live stream. If you click on this live stream, that means you are interested in learning how to search for grants. And if this is your first time ever seeing me, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. I have dedicated this entire YouTube channel for the last 6 years teaching you all how to search and apply to grants, and also how to make sure you are professionally and properly prepared for this entrepreneurial journey. So if you are a startup or a small business that's already generating revenue, this is the channel for you. This is definitely the video for you. In today's live stream, what we're going to do is we're actually going to search for some grants together, and I want to teach you more about grants. So this is going to be for those of you who are like always with me. This is going to be our usual grant search conversation, but this is really good because not only are we interactive in the chat, but I'm also experiences from my 10-year entrepreneurship journey. And also, like, you get the chance to ask any questions. It's like having a free business consultation, and I'm giving it, okay? Now, while I'm giving you all these free, my motto is the game is free, but the hustle is sold separately. So while you are learning everything that you need to learn about grants, how to be properly prepared for them, how to search for grants, and even how to start your business, and even the motivation that you need to start your business, keep in mind that at the end of the day, friend, it takes you to actually execute, okay? All right, so let's get into it. Hey, friends. Hey, Taisha. Hey, Jay Brittany. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Puma Code 10. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you all for like consistently being with me. So thank you. Shout out to y'all. So let's talk. So the last couple of days, right? On Friday, we had a class, and Saturday we had a class, but I had to postpone the class because Zoom was undergoing some maintenance. Okay. This is around the time of the year where, like, it's like the third, fourth quarter, they want to update some things. So I totally understand. And especially with all these new AI updates, yes, I was expecting Zoom to come with some new AI features, and they did. So the Friday class and the Saturday class, if you signed up for it, this Friday and Saturday, we're all going to join together, and we're going to be on Zoom together. Okay. So thank you for your patience. I've already sent the emails out. Now that that's out the way, keep in mind that Fridays and Saturdays for the month of August, I'm actually teaching you how to apply to. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, are we back? Okay, yes, I'm back. All right, sorry. So the Friday class. The Friday class is when we are actually applying to a $25,000 grant for all startups. A $25,000 grant for all startups is the grant that we will be applying to all together on Friday, okay? So, want to reassure you on that one. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you see me. Sorry, my internet, it just like switched over. So that's what happened. I went from data to internet. So the Friday class, we are actually applying to a $25,000 grant for all startups, no matter what type of business industry you're into, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you are a part of, and no matter where you are in the world. This is also an international grant opportunity as well. So if you are watching me from Canada, if you are watching me from the UK, if you are watching me from Dubai, if you are watching me from Nigeria, if you're watching me from South Africa, this $25,000 grant that we are actually all going to apply to together, we are actually going to do it on Friday, and not on live. No, not on YouTube live. We're actually going to do it on a separate Zoom. So it gives you that intimate space to be able to ask me any questions and what are the best ways for you to answer these grant questions. Okay, cool. Now on Saturday, if you are a hair product or hair care product business, okay, you have like an actual product. So let's say shampoos, conditioners, hair serums, hair growth oils, or anything like that in the hair care department. Well, this $50,000 grant that we're going to apply to on Saturday together is perfect for you. Okay. So if you are interested in the $25,000 grant class that we are actually going to walk through the grant together, I'm going to help you submit and make sure your answers are properly good. I want to reassure you all too. They're picking 100 entrepreneurs. Yes, they're picking 100 entrepreneurs. So you actually have a really great chance at potentially winning the $25,000 slot, okay? So if you're interested, text hashtag 25K to 855-731-1487. I pinned it at the bottom of the chat. My number is also in the description of all of our videos. So you'll be able to reach out to me and I'll send you the direct booking link, okay? So you can secure your ticket, secure your spots. All right, so now we got that out the way. Let's talk about grants and let's do a grant search. Now, a lot of you all as entrepreneurs are actually more hip to what grants are. You know that grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks, no personal information needed. Even the people on the streets, I mean the hood, know about grants simply because I've been asking around. Okay, I asked around and people know about grants by now. If it's not from my video, it's from other videos from my grant writing peers. Okay, so majority of us know exactly what a grant is. Free money, a reward that you can get from a business entity like Macy's, Sephora, Nike, Google, Uber, right? From these companies. A free reward grant that you can also get from a private entity or a private sector or a private investor. So it can be a private investor. It can be like um, Hello Skip, Hello Alice, the Fearless Fund, the Black Ambition Prize, right? Distilled, right? Distilled is who we're doing the 25K through on Friday, right? So you have them. And then you can also get these free grant rewards for your startup or small business. It's funded by your state and local government. All right. So let's say grants for Latino owned businesses in El Paso, Texas, grants for Black owned businesses in Fulton County, Georgia, grants for women entrepreneurs in Miami-Dade County, right? So these are grants, startup and small business grants that are actually funded from your state and local governments. And you have people that donate and sponsors and stuff that donate towards these particular mentorship groups and projects, okay? So grants are not hard to get. It's about you understanding what the question on the application is asking and making sure you are being very thorough and detailed. That's the key. See, I have a 71% successful grant writing rate, but that didn't come easy. I had to develop my creative writing skills over this 10 years to really understand exactly what these grantors are asking on these grant applications. And so it takes you to deep dive into the grant applications. You need to do things like read the terms and conditions, read the grant rules, understand if you are the person that they are looking for by reading the eligibility requirements first before you decide to apply. I know it sounds very good and like a whole miracle and like a magical wish in a lotto when I say you can win a $10,000 grant to start your business, or you can simply have $50,000 to start your business. But are you properly prepared and are you ready for 50K? In answering how you answer those questions on the grant applications actually shows if you are ready for a $50,000 grant opportunity that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, that you can use to invest inside of your business. And see, most entrepreneurs, right, don't have, well, I wouldn't say most entrepreneurs. I would say the ones, there's different entrepreneurs here. You have the ones that just simply want to make money, simple, like they just want to make money. They still have that hustle mindset. And then you have the mission-driven entrepreneurs. Yes, there's levels to this, friend. See, you got the young Jeezys of the game. Okay? The young Jeezy, the snowman. Entrepreneurs, you feel me? They hustle, they hustle, they the Rick Rosses of the game. Every day I'm hustling, hustle. Okay? You have them. But you got the mission-driven ones. The mission-driven ones is like, let's say, who can I use that's like mission-driven? Like Tyler Perry. Very mission-driven. This guy his mission is to majority of everybody on his team must look like a Black person that he hires. You understand? He's providing a lot of jobs, mission-driven. Okay, so the difference between the two is that the one that has that hustle mindset and that wants to run their business like a side hustle, or the ones who run their business like they're like street pharmacists, or wants to run their business like it's we in the streets. Okay, you're only going to get to a certain level. You might reach maybe like 50K a month. That might be your max, or maybe even 100K. But when we're talking about really making mega millions, making impact, being global, being in those Kentucky Derby rooms, being in those polo games, going to Dubai and being around like Steve Harvey and all of these mission-driven, big time, like, people, you have to be mission-driven. That's the difference. So you got to be able to identify. But the grantors are able to identify who they got on this application. Let me give you an example. The grant application is going to ask you, okay, it's going to ask you, why should we give you this money? The one that's hustling is going to say, I need $50,000 so that way I can start my company and I can be able to create generational wealth for my family. Right? No, that's not mission driven. You'll get what I'm coming from when I give you the mission driven answer. Right? The entrepreneur who is mission driven is going to say something like, this $50,000 will be able to invest into three key areas. We'll be able to provide more jobs for the community, which is showing commitment to our community and driving impact. We'll also be able to invest into supplies and equipment, which we plan to buy the supplies and equipment from a local small business, allowing them to increase in their revenue as well, catching a sale, which is still driving more impact to our community. And thirdly, we'll be able to invest into our marketing strategy, which will create more awareness about our products and services. And by us creating awareness, we'll be able to solve those problems that we know majority of our customers have. That is mission driven. Hey, the young Jeezy the Snowman is the street pharmacist. He don't care about you having diabetes and you popping opiates at the same time. He don't care what you do. It's your decision, long as he collects his money. You understand? The mission-driven entrepreneur is like, I actually care about you having your problem solved, which is why I provide this product, which is why I provide this service. Even if you in your mind, and I need for you to change your mindset, friend, because you might be thinking, well, I just sell clothes, so how am I solving a problem? Baby, if you are a person who is opening up a clothing boutique or a t-shirt line that has, that has like scriptures on it, you understand? Somebody can read their shirt and their whole life could be turned around because they don't seen the scripture. That's those t-shirts that your t-shirt line that has these Bible verses on it, or those motivational, quotes and aspirations on it, right? It is to remind that person that they are beautiful. It is to remind that person that they are smart. It is to motivate that person to read the Bible. It is to motivate that person that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. It is to motivate that person that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. You understand? So you might be thinking, well, I just got a t-shirt line. Or even if you are a person that's doing modest clothing, like, those like big drapes that y'all be seeing me wear, because I live in Nigeria, so y'all see like I wear the boo-boo gowns or the two-piece sets, and I don't show none of that. You understand? I don't gotta show none. You understand? But modest clothing, when a woman puts on your modest clothing, right, it makes her feel so confident in knowing that she doesn't have to dress like a stripper in order for her to gain attention. Period. It reassures her that she's actually a beautiful woman. It reassures her that she's actually being a meek woman. She's actually being a virtuous woman of God, because she don't have to show all of that. You understand? If you are doing something like nails, hair care, you have a mission for why you're doing it. So you must think deeper. Think deeper. Stop thinking on the surface. Think deeper. Why are you doing this? Why are you putting so much of your effort and your time into doing this? Because if you just chasing the money, honestly speaking, you could just go to work and work multiple jobs. You understand what I'm saying? If you're just chasing the bag, you could work 3 jobs and sell chicken plates on Fridays. You understand? So you must be mission driven. One of my clients I have, she's such an amazing person. She's my new client, right? So I'm writing a business plan for her as we speak. She owns a business that is a gluten-free soul food company. Yes. She's doing like a consumer good product, which is really cool. And she's doing gluten-free soul food. I know before my grandma passed away, my grandma suffered from diabetes, right? So it runs in our family. And there might be some other things, going on with her that she wasn't so open. Y'all know grandparents from those times, they not open, they keep secrets, okay? But if she was able to change her diet, now when I introduced going vegan to her, she was like, oh no, I'm not going to be eating that grass, blah, 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 blah. I love my bacon. Okay, fine, grandma. But if she had a gluten-free option, I'm pretty sure it would have made her choices much healthier. And actually, being gluten-free most likely would have change her taste buds and influence her mentally, right? To be able to eat more gluten free. I got a friend that has a grandma right now that she has to be very, very, very careful about soul food, even though she comes from the South. But she has to be very careful. And at one point in time, she kind of felt really down on herself because it was like, dang, I can't eat none of my food that I grew up on, that I love, simply because now I have to be gluten free. Whereas she found gluten free options and even gluten free restaurants that she was able to eat at. And she was also able to change her diet as well. And now she's like happy, she's healthy, she's doing good. This woman is living large, okay? She's doing her thing, going on like drives every Sunday with her husband in their old school Chevy, okay? But if she didn't have those options of gluten free and still being able to enjoy the taste of soul food, it could have made her very depressed. And who knows what could have happened within this time, within these couple of years of her having to have a gluten free diet. So, mission driven. My client is providing a consumer product that is gluten free, that is going to help those who suffer from gluten issues, diabetes, all of these food, health and food issues. You understand? So, your business that you are creating, it is more than just generating profits and creating generational wealth. Let me get real like honest with y'all, because y'all are my audience and I love y'all. And if you're new here, welcome in, friend. I'm like your business bestie. I'm gonna tell you what's real, okay? And I'm a Christian, okay? I'm gonna get down to you. When you say those words, I want to create generational wealth, there is a spiritual lining behind that. It takes prayer, not profits. You heard what I said. It takes prayer, not profits. The prayer is what's going to bring the profits, because the Lord know what you need. You understand? But it's that submission and commitment that you must make with the Lord, because breaking generational curses is not I just need to make money and I'm making millions of dollars. No. Your generational problem could be you could make money but don't know how to keep it. That's the spirit. Yeah, it's the cankerworm. Your generational problem could be you have really bad pride issues. So you can make all this money, but your pride and your ego is not going to allow you to open up more doors of opportunity for your children and for your line of generation. Because these people are going to remember how prideful you was and how you ain't never like how you felt like you did it all on your own. When in all reality, you received help while developing. So when you say, I want to create generational wealth, I want to be that person for but you also in the same sense of saying that I am willing to put myself on the line to break generational curses. And it is more spiritual than you think. It is not the prophets that help you do that. It is the prayer. You understand? I want you to really comprehend that. So for those of you who say in your answers, when they ask you, we circling back, when the grant question on the application says, why should we give you money? And you say, because this money will help me create generational wealth for my family. Listen, that is not the answer you want to give them. This is a grant application. This is business. And they honestly, respectfully, this is not a spiritual application. Generational wealth is something more spiritual. That's something more personable. They want to know, what impact are you going to make if you were to get this $50,000, if you were to get this $25,000. You understand? Now the young Jeezy, the snowmans of entrepreneurship, the hustlers, they not going to answer these grand questions. They're not going to answer these great questions. Matter of fact, they're going to hop on my live and they're going to get off. They're going to hop on my live and then they're going to get off. And they're going to keep scrolling. They're going to keep scrolling. You want to know why they're going to keep scrolling? Simply because they see that we're talking about grants. They know what grants is. But in their mind, it's like, I don't have time for that. Because the hustle's mindset is get the money, make the money, chase the money, get the money, make the money, chase the money, get the money, make the money, chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag. All they doing is running. All they doing is running. They keep chasing that bag. They keep chasing that bag. That's all they doing. So if it don't have nothing to do with getting money right now, today, like yesterday, they don't have time to wait. When really they are missing out on possibly one of the greatest opportunities that they can take. Grants do not waste your time. If you do not apply for a grant opportunity, you might be missing out on your networking event that might bring you 50 to 100 clients. You might be missing out on that one creator or that one entrepreneur or that one mentor that has so much pull, that has so much influence, that has so much of what you need that can bring you your next high ticket client. You might be missing out on some marketing ad credits through Google that will help you with your marketing strategy. That now you got in your marketing strategy that you want to pay $1,000 a month in marketing and Google ads and Facebook meta ads for Instagram. What if you go to one of these, pitch competitions, or you apply to one of these grants and they give you $5,000 in ad credit? Wow, that just saved you 5 months, a whole quarter of a year. That just saved you a lot of money. Now you get to use that $5,000 ad credit and try different things. Use that money, use that ad credit instead of using your own profits or your own money. Some of y'all haven't gotten to that point yet. But if you don't apply to the grant opportunity, you don't get the back end of the back end. You understand? And there's grants out here, like, for example, Kayla says, who doesn't? Kayla has a cleaning company. She cleans apartments. So your mission is definitely like lit, okay? Because there's people out here that don't have time to clean their apartments, especially those who own Airbnbs. The people who own an Airbnb don't have the time to go there and clean, and you might be offering affordable services. So shout out to you. I'll give you an example, Kayla. There's a grant called, like, through LegalZoom and ACON Opportunity Fund. ACON Opportunity Fund is one of those private investors that you can get investment capital and grants through. ACON Opportunity Fund and LegalZoom. LegalZoom is that third-party business resource tool that we can use them to set up our LLCs, get our EIN, and all of that stuff. Okay. Hey, Dennis. Okay, so ACON Opportunity Fund and LegalZoom, they partner together around this time of the year, like October, November, December. All right. And they give out $10,000 to over like 200 businesses. Okay. So 200 businesses get $10,000. They also give out a $500 LegalZoom credit. Stay with me now. They also give out a $500 LegalZoom credit. LegalZoom is the third-party website that will set up your LLC and EIN. Okay. So it's called the Fast Break Grant. If y'all been with me, y'all know about this grant. So this grant usually comes later on in the year, towards the end of the year, because the purpose of the grant is to kickstart the following year with the $10,000 opportunity. Okay. So ACON Opportunity Fund and LegalZoom, all right, they partner together and they give out 200 grants of $10,000 each to entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, listen to me. They also, in addition to the $10,000, they also give out $500 LegalZoom credit. LegalZoom is the third-party site that will help you set up your LLC, EIN, like your entire business paperwork. They do it all for you. You gotta Google LegalZoom if you've never seen them. LegalZoom. Now, the 200 of them that get the $10,000, which could potentially be you, okay? They get the $10,000 plus the $500 credit. Whoever applies to this grant, whether you are amongst the 200 people that got the $10,000 or not, whoever applies to this grant gets the $500 credit. So let me explain how important that is to you, because someone who was on my live, her and her son was watching me. They applied to this grant alongside with me. And guess what? They did not win the $10,000, but they both got $1,000 worth of LegalZoom credit, $500 each. Guess what? They were able to actually get their LLCs and EINs and their entire business registration for free. For free. While y'all had to pay $200, $120, $300 for your LLC, the ones who followed me, right, and the ones who applied to this particular grant that comes out every year around November, they got free $500 LegalZoom credit, and they got their LLCs for free. Now her son has his own like car washing cleaning business, and this man now to this day, she emailed me because she seen one of my, because we talked about this like on one of the live streams, and she sent me a thank you email. Her son is now clean, like he now is, cleaning vehicles, like these luxury vehicles going to these people's house. What I want you to understand about what I just said, if you do not give yourself a chance at winning and just simply sitting down and applying to a grant, you would have never gotten that opportunity. If they would have said, because her son's quite young, he like 22, 23 years old. He could have been like, man, I ain't finna apply to this. Like, I ain't got time for this. If she ain't talking about no loan, she ain't talking about no play on how to get no credit card, no Chase card. But he still applied. Got the $500 credit, the code in his email. His mama, she got the code in her email. They went to LegalZoom, signed themselves up for LegalZoom, and they got free LLCs, EINs, business registration, all that stuff, all the paperwork, contract, partnership agreements, all that stuff done. Took it straight to the bank and opened up business bank accounts, and now they are serious about the business. Yes. But they would have never received that credit or the back end, like the back end perks, right? From applying to a grant. They would have never received those perks if they would have never applied to the grant. This is why it's important for you to apply. There is a hustling mindset and there is a mission-driven individual. You understand? They were mission-driven. Now you got this 22, 23-year-old who is running his own company. And now he could pay for his trade. He could pay for his schooling. He could pay for whatever he wants. Like, he's doing his own thing. Isn't that something? He's learning business at 22, 23 years old. This is amazing. Because I'm mission driven. If I would have just been a hustler, I could just make a short video, right? Because y'all love TikTok. Y'all love like short reels and stuff. I could just make a short video and just put money behind it. And then whoever take the bait. And then you just buy my course. But because I'm mission driven, I get on here almost every day, on live every day, convincing you to change your mindset, to develop, motivating you to do what's right, and to learn about grants and to learn about funding opportunities that you actually have. And then this is the outcome that comes. People have won hundreds of thousands of dollars just by watching my live stream and applying to these grants. People have gotten in really great networking rooms. People have been able to travel the world and go to accelerator programs and pitches. People have gotten free LLCs just by watching me. If I wasn't mission driven, I was just doing this for the money, I just would have gave y'all a course and said, all right, how much money? Open up my Stripe account, how much money I made today from courses, and kept it pushing with any other project I got. The difference between being mission driven and being a hustler, that's what that is. Okay, cool. So the best way for you to answer these grants is for you to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. Okay, a pitch deck and a pitch video. You know what a business plan is. Matter of fact, as far as in the business plan, I just uploaded a video on exactly what your business plan needs to have. Okay, everything step by step, all the key factors that need to be in your business plan. So you might want to refer to that video. I uploaded it yesterday, so you can go watch that video. It's like 10 minutes. But a pitch deck is essentially the PowerPoint version of your business plan. So you need to have that. The 90-second pitch video is literally you talking about your business. Okay. If you have a physical brick and mortar, which is a physical location, then it's best that you record yourself in your physical brick and mortar so we can actually get the chance to be able to see it through the video. Walk us through. You understand? Like if you got a child care facility, excuse me, walk us through the daycare. Like what y'all doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Because you're pitching for however much money you looking for. Show us the repairs that need to be done on the wall. This money can go into developing this building so we can have a safer environment for these kids. You know what I mean? So walk us through in the pitch video. It's literally that video content piece that's supposed to introduce exactly what your product and service is. It's supposed to tell us exactly what you're doing. If you are a startup, you're not generating revenue yet, or you don't have a brick and mortar, what you would do is you would use the backside of your camera phone and you would just sit in a chair like this, white background, and you would just say, hey, you know, my name is Kayla. I own a cleaning company. I clean apartments. I'm doing residential cleaning. And we are an eco-friendly company. The products that we use are not so harsh. So that way we understand that some of our, you know, customers, they have families and they have newborns. Therefore, we are very eco-friendly and we don't use harsh products, but we make sure that we are cleaning, scrub a rubble dub dub. Okay. One of our favorite clients' name is Dennis. Dennis is, you know, he lives in this high-rise condo. He has been using us for the past 6 months, and Dennis has a great review. You can put the review on there, or if Dennis want to add his 2 cents, you can always ask him to do a video. Put that video inside of your video and say, with my with this 50, we are requesting $50,000. With this $50,000, we'll be able to enhance and we'll be able to expand our business by being able to hire more people so we can take on more jobs. Our challenge right now is simply that we have so many gigs and so many jobs and so many requests that we're not able to get to everyone at that time simply because we don't have the you know, the handiwork, the people to be able to do it. So with the $50,000, 50% of this will actually go towards our payroll, allowing us to hire those people and provide benefits. And the rest of the $50,000 we will use into, let's say $10,000 into a marketing ad strategy so we can increase our awareness. Another $10,000 will go into supplies and equipment. $10,000 can go into our business insurance, and 10 here and 10 here, right? We plan to spread out how we will spend the money over a course of 4 quarters, which is 4 phases. And by the end of the year, by quarter 4, we should have this many clients. We should have increased by 25% in revenue. And we should have been able to reach this many people residential properties, allowing us to gain these many contracts. Reach out to me. My name is Kayla, owner of so-and-so cleaning company. Make sure you reach out to me via email at Kayla's Cleaning Company of Colorado.com. Okay. That is how you want your pitch video to be, something like that. Okay. You could add, like, you know, pictures and stuff to show exactly what you do before and after, things like that. Show us what's going on. You understand? If you have like a hair, like a skincare product, show us some before and after. It's like my skincare product, Fasara Black Soap. It is for eczema prone skin, and it's you know, antibacterial. I'm gonna tell you all the benefits of the black soap. Then I'm gonna tell you, with this money that you are investing, we plan to go commercial, allowing us to be a commercial consumer-based product. So we want to be in those stores like Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, so we can be in that affordable, underrepresented or urban areas as well. And you know, just saying those things. So your pitch video is really introducing what you do or your service and product. And also your pitch video is explaining who is your client type. All right. So who are your client type? What is their problem? How do you solve it? And then what is your request? You understand? So that's the pitch. What is your request, and how would, if fulfilling this request, so the funded requested amount, if you were asking for $100K, $1 million, whatever, how would this, what would this money go towards, right? So how would you use it? That is what a pitch video is, okay? And it should be up to 3 minutes, no more than 3 minutes. Okay, cool. If you have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video or a 3-minute pitch video, you are properly prepared for all funding opportunities. All funding opportunities. You going for loans? You know you can get a loan as a startup without generating revenue. It's about how you are professionally and properly prepared. Yeah, you can get one. Probably get like 10,000 startup loan. But how are you coming when you ask them for that? Keep in mind that when you go to the bank and you ask them for money, or even if you put in an application, their ultimate goal is to not to deny you. I'll say it again. When you go to the bank and you ask them for money, they are not happy that you are coming in there asking them for money. You know how much paperwork go behind underwriting? Okay. These people like, oh, here she go. Ma'am. And you like, yes, ma'am. You know, I own Black Coffee, and this is what I want to do. And I would like, I'm wondering if you guys have any startup loan opportunities, things like that. I'm just looking for like, $10,000, $20,000 so I can get things started. She gonna be like, started. So how you know that this, you know what I mean, this Black Coffee or whatever the case may be, this business that you want to start, how you know you gonna be able to make money that you can give us back? Like, what you got going on? Do you have like good credit? Do you have any assets? Do you have something to show for something, like anything successful? Because like, you coming to ask us for money. Do you even have a bank account with us? They're gonna ask all these questions in a professional way, but if you think about it, they're asking you with that type of energy. If you don't have a bank account with them, they're not. No, you might as well just get up and walk. If if you haven't had a bank account with them for at least 90 days and you've been actually putting money into that bank account, whether your business has been making money or not, you've been using money from your 9 to 5 or your side gigs, and you just been putting money in there so you can build a relationship. If you haven't been doing that, denied. If you don't have assets, assets is like a home, a boat, assets. You know what I mean? Assets, even like certain timepieces, like, are in Birkin bags and stuff. Those are assets too. But assets, stocks, something. You have assets. You don't have assets. Okay, denied. Do you have good credit? Okay, you got good credit. Your credit score is good. So let's dive deeper into your credit report. Have you ever had a $10,000 credit card before? Oh, you haven't. Sorry, we can't do it for you. We can't do it for you. So keep in mind that when you are going for loans, their ultimate goal is to not actually to deny you. Okay. But if you have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video, it will really help prove your case as to why you should be chosen for any funding opportunity. Okay. Now, while you're sitting in front of them, you can say, I have a business plan. I'll be able to show you proof on how this business will be able to make money. If you just gave me the chance for $10,000, I also have a pitch deck and have a video to show you if you would like to schedule a time with me where we can have a conference with me and your bank manager. I would love to be able to discuss exactly how we will be able to make money with your $10,000 and be able to drive impact to the community. Also, we plan to do like, especially if you include them, the bank. I got a $25,000 grant through TD Bank by doing this, saying like, um, I was a credit repair consultant, and people in this area, they don't know much about credit. But if I signed up, if I did a winter's wealth retreat, or winter's, yeah, it was called winter's wealth expo. Sorry. And what we'll do is we'll set up tents right here. The TD Bank was located in the plaza, so we'll set up tents. I'll ask the person. I actually knew the person who owned the plaza. We'll set up tents here in the plaza, and what we'll do is we'll do like a business expo. But ultimately, what I'll be doing is I'll be teaching them about credit and financial literacy, and I'll also make sure that it's that they understand the importance of them signing up for TD Bank and the benefits that they get. So by the end of this expo, which is a 2-day weekend things, it's Friday and Saturday. By the end, you should have at least 500 extra signups. We exceeded 500 signups, but because I included a bank in my development process and what I was trying to do, they was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give her 25K. That was a grant I went for, mind you. But when also, if I was going for a loan, they most likely would have given me the loan too. And they actually offered to give me a loan because I did show commitment in what I did. I built a relationship. So banks and loans is different. I don't even like talking about them. But having a business plan and a pitch deck and a 90-second pitch video will also serve me your favor in those funding instruments too. Of course, it will be really well if you have the 90-second pitch video, which aka elevator pitch, because Pumako asked, he said, has said, I was told we need a 90-second elevator pitch too. Is that true? So yeah, that's the same thing I'm saying. Elevator pitch video, same thing. So if you have that, it will be really good for when you are going for investment capital, right? Some of you guys have businesses that you don't even comprehend that you actually will need to get investors, and investors might actually be a win-win for you simply because they will give you the money, but they'll also give you the network too, right? Because they're investing money, they want this to work so that way they can make their residuals. So they may come with that network of opportunity that you need to be able to put your products and services in stores like Walmart, in stores like all these and all these places. Okay, you know what I mean. So yeah, so you need those things. Grants is not hard to go for. You just need to be properly prepared for them. So where I go to find them is I use grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is literally my favorite website. So I'm going to try to bring it up here for y'all. And Hello Skip. Now, Hello Skip, I don't know if you guys have heard of Hello Skip before. A majority of y'all have. But Hello Skip is a federally certified nonprofit organization. Federally certified nonprofit organization that offers grant opportunities and business resources and all kinds of stuff. Okay. Now you can download the Hello Skip app, which is a blue and white app. You can download it on your phone. It's free. Sign yourself up. Use my invite code Superior Shelby. You can also click the link in my description. All right. The description of all of my videos, including this live stream. You'll see it if you scroll down to the bottom. You can tap on that link and it'll take you directly there. So you can download the app and also sign up. Okay. But I use those two mainly for when I'm finding grants for myself and for my clients. Yes, I write grants for you. Yes, I'm expensive like $400 or more. Yes, I write business plans and pitch decks. It's $300 for me to do that for you. But I'm giving you all this free gems because maybe you don't have the money to pay me. You understand? And I am very considerate and I'm very mission driven. And I want startups and entrepreneurs in general to be able to understand what they need to have before they go for grants and to be able to win free money with or without me. I'm not prideful. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and get to these things. What questions do y'all have while I'm actually bringing up Hello Skip and Grant Watch? I'm going to show you Hello Skip and grantwatch.com. I love this grant fam. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Kayla says they always will deny us. Yeah, they the bank managers, they get a end of the year bonus for that. So keep that in mind. Let me make my video. My office is small and struggling. Make a video, friend. Make a video. Make a video. What else have y'all said? I need help with funding, trying to get off the ground. I'm telling you. Miss Chanel, hey friend. She says, I need to book a consultation soon because I have a nonprofit and a for-profit in the beauty and I need help crafting the story. Okay, awesome. We can work together. Hello, Skip. Like Skip. Hello, Skip. I'll put in the chat. Hello, Skip.com. Use invite code Superior Shelby. There you go. I'm looking to sign up with Grant Watch and I already signed up with Skip. Awesome, Taisha or Tisha. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, so I want to show you my screen. So we're just going to go through Hello Skip, but then we're also going to go through Grant Watch. And then I'm going to look through my grant list and see what I got new out here that we can talk about, okay? So hold on 1 second. Let's get up close and personal. 1 second, friend. Let me move all my stuff out of the way. Okay. First of all, let me make this go down more. There we go. Okay, so this is Hello Skip. Okay, this is the Hello Skip app. So helloskip.com, you can see it there. And yeah, here we go. This is the Hello Skip dashboard. Okay, our friend says OTR Youngin. Hey friend. Hey, my fiance and I already applied for the grant that's for 25K. Couldn't upload the video of us talking about our company, but we uploaded the presentation. Awesome. Congratulations. And also good luck to you, friend. All right, so this is Hello Skip, the Hello Skip platform. This is what it looks like. And this Hello Skip platform has like a lot. Okay. There will always be grants on here, at least 30 grants every month that you can go through. This is the easiest website to be able to comprehend grants and how to be properly prepared for them. And they also have other business resource tools like going over an SBA line of credit, emergency relief funds, business bank accounts, okay, that you can get through Bluevine, generating a business plan, right? So all of that this is a really great business resource tool for you. And I think it's really cool. All right. So you can download Hello Skip and they have our, what is it? The 50K grant in here, the one that we were talking about, which is right here, the Amica Rooted in Growth grant. So you can apply directly through Hello Skip. What else do they have? She's connected AT&T. That's a 50K grant. Galaxy grants is up to like 3,000. That's 2,009 9,500. So 2,950. Or sorry, yeah, 900. I think 50. And Alibaba Co-Create Pitch. This is a 20 or $40,000 grant. Oh no, sorry, 200K. Let me see. So yeah, they got some grants in here that you can apply to. I like this website. Okay. Now, this is not my end all be all at all. Um, my end all be all, right? The one I like to use is grantwatch.com. This is grantwatch.com. Okay. Grantwatch.com is really, really good. It has thousands of grants available here that you can go for. And especially for startups. This you can also use this site if you are looking for grants for like Pell grants for school, like going back to school. So if you have any children that's in college or you yourself, you're furthering your education, you can find some scholarships and grants in here too. Personal grants. So personal grants will be like if your local county is giving out, rental assistance opportunities, utility assistance opportunities where they're paying like your light bills and stuff. You can find some of those grants in here too. So, but ultimately, if you're a nonprofit, you can find a grant for a nonprofit as well in here too. Okay. There's tons of nonprofit grants in here also. And then obviously if you're a small business, now I use this grant tool, this grant search engine, obviously for startups and small business owners. AI grant writing tool. Don't use AI to write your grants. Okay, that's a big no-no because they can tell when the AI has been used to submit your grant application. You don't want to do that. All right. Okay, so here are the key filters. You want to put in your key filters. And once you put in your filters, then it will show you a list of grants like this. You want to click on the green button, view grant, and then you have to, this is the thing about Grant Watch. Grant Watch is not free, okay? In order for you to be able to have access to the grant information that you see here for this particular grant, you need to be a member. So there, as far as in their pricings, you can either pay $18 a week or you can pay $49 a month. Okay. Oh, sorry, they went up $22 a week or $49 a month. It literally just went up on their prices. Had to be like a week or two ago. So I pay the monthly price. All right. So it's up to you. But I pay the monthly price. And yeah, or you can do weekly. Now, if you decide to do the weekly, you just pay $22 once. Take the time out to actually apply to, it's what you do, friend. So you're going to pay the $22. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a day. You are going to find as many grants as you possibly can find that serves in your favors. Grants for Black women companies, Black grants for Black owned companies, grants for women entrepreneurs, grants for, and you can be able to put in the filters for all of that. Okay, I'll show you. So you'll put in all the filters. So I'll give you an example. I'll show you. It says search by recipient. All right, your small business. That's what you're going to click. Choose categories. In the category section, you're going to choose each category that serves in your favor, okay? BIPOC means Black, Indigenous, Person of Color. That's what that acronym means, okay? Um, and then you're going to choose what your particular everything that has something to do with your business. Are you an entrepreneur and startup? Yes. Are you in energy? Yes. If not, then don't click it. Are you in health and medical? Yes or no. Are you helping the homeless or in housing? Yes or no. Housing could be like real estate, right? Are you a mental health professional? Yes or no? Um, so are you a small business? Yes. Okay. You will click all those. Are you a woman or a woman startup or entrepreneur? Yes or no? Are you into tourism and travel? Some of y'all have like travel groups. Yes or no? Are you into truck and transportation? Yes or no? Click this if you are. Okay. Now you will click all of the filters that serve in your favor. Then what you want to do. Funding source. Definitely want to select all, okay? Or me, I don't like federal government opportunities, but we'll select all for this purpose. And then city. So what city are you from? I'm from Miami. My company is based out of Miami, okay? You can put your county in there. My county is Miami-Dade, okay? Miami, Florida. All right, there we go. The county that my business is located in is Miami-Dade. All right, so I'll put Miami-Dade, but I don't want it to. I think Miami, Florida is just good enough. Let me see. Miami, Florida. Okay, there we go. Miami, Florida. Choose location. It says choose location. Then you'll put, I'm in Florida, so I'll put Florida. Funding source. I selected all, so we're good to go. And then we'll click the green button that says search. Okay. All right, so then it will populate all of these grants, okay? And as you can see, there is over 300 grants available that I can go for. What I would do is I would pay the $22 and I would go through each grant. I would read the small fine print first before I decide to move forward. And I would go through each grant. I would view the grant first, and then I would then create my own grant list, okay? So let me show you what my grant list look like. All right. I would pay, I'm going to say this again. I would pay the $22. All right. Kayla, just go to grantwatch.com because you'll have a time finding all these grants. Because I could tell you it's going to be over 100 grants there for you. But you just simply need to go and look through each grant that serves in your favor first. Okay. Now, you'll pay the $22. Take one day, make a actual spreadsheet, a full grant list of all the grants that serve in your favor, so you don't have to pay the $22 the following week. You could just pay the $22 for that 1 week for that month, and you should have over 30 grants that you can apply to for that month. Okay, so you would create like a spreadsheet like this. Okay, all right, so you would pay the $22, search for a grant, view the grants. Okay, and then once you view the grant, you'll put all the information in here. You'll create a spreadsheet. Once you have created a spreadsheet that also has the link to apply, then guess what? You have all of these grants that you can come back to your spreadsheet to, and you can actually apply to the grant. You don't have to sit there and worry about keep going back and forth, keep coming to Grant Watch, keep coming to Grant Watch every day. You might apply to a grant you've already applied to. No, you need to be organized. This is entrepreneurship. You need to be organized. So you must keep everything in a spreadsheet so you can reassure yourself whether or not you have actually applied to the grant before, okay? You can even do a summary list like this. So this is what I actually give my clients. So I give my clients a summary list like this. They have in column A the name of the grant. Column B, it reassures them if the grant was completed or not. For you, you can put in if it's in progress, if you're currently in the middle of the application, or if you actually completed it, or if you didn't start it. Column C, we have the grant application link. Column D will be the application deadline date. And then column E is going to be the date that you need to check your email. Now, I get this question all the time, the frequently asked question. When should you know when the grant when should you know, right? When should you know that the grant is going to tell you that they selected a winner? It's usually 30 days after the application deadline date. It's usually 30 days after the application deadline date. But in most cases, okay, they're going to tell you when they are going to choose a winner. All right, let's actually look up one right quick. Let me see. I'm going to show you just as an example. If you are paying attention to the grant that you selected to apply to, it will tell you in the grant rules. Some of y'all not reading the rules. It will tell you in the grant rules when they are actually going to choose and select a winner. All right, you see on the first page, it says incubator schedule. The deadline date is August 15th. Okay, this is their schedule. This is it. Tell you application 2026 applications will be available on the 16th. When you are looking for when they are going to choose the person, okay? If you read through this, because we actually went over this grant. If you read through this, they are actually going to give it to you, give you like the $10,000 for this particular one during their actual cohort, right? On week 6. So on week 6, that's when you should be able to get the actual money. But when you are going to like know if you were selected, it should be, excuse me, around the deadline date. Okay. They got a video that explains it to you, all of that good stuff. All right. So it'll tell you. You can read through you have to read through this information so it can let you know. Okay. Preview a copy of the application. That's really cool that they do that. Sometimes you can terms of service, you can look at that, privacy policy. There's usually sometimes like some small hyperlinks here that'll tell you like grant rules, but it looks like they put everything on like Front Street for y'all. Okay. So you need to read the grant rules. That will reassure you on what to put on the column E, which is check your deadline, your email date. Okay. Notes, I just put some notes here that lets reassure you. You should reassure yourself if it's a woman-owned small business grant, if it's for Black-owned businesses, things like that. Okay. So you need to be organized. This will help you reassure yourself. All right. This will help reassure yourself on, what grants you are applying to and what grants you have already applied to. Okay. All right. So yeah, my clients, they get their own grant summary list. They don't have to worry about that. If you're my client, they're not doing none of this. I'm doing it all for them. Okay. All right. So that's where I find grants. That's where I find grants, you guys. What questions do we have? What questions do you have? Go ahead and move things out the way. What questions do you have for me about what we just went over? This was really good. This was really, really good. I showed you where I get grants from. We talked about pretty much how to search and apply to grants. This podcast is my favorite. Awesome. I mean, this is really cool. Thank you. Thank you. So Kayla asked a good question. What about the grants.gov? Are they the same? No. So grants.gov is the government website, the United States government website for grants. They're federally funded. That's why I stopped going over grants.gov, because those grants are they're not for startups. Those grants are actually for well-established companies. I mean, you got 2 years at least in. You got to have like your certificates, women-owned small business, Black-owned business certificate. You got to it's just like a lot that you have to have because it's federal funding from the government. So, for if you're a startup, I would rather talk about like, easier funding opportunities on the grant side versus talking about, you know what I'm saying, those. But grants.gov, you can see it's not easy to navigate, but you can check them out too. Yes. Oh, yeah. I feel like we've had a really great class today. So we're gonna wrap this up because we've been on here for an hour, you know, our usual daily hour. Of course, I'll be on here tomorrow. Um, I feel like you guys needed to be talked to. Like I said, I get really like mentally tired with trying to convince you. So you know this information. The game is free. The hustle is sold separately. You have to put in the work, put in the effort, and don't allow yourself to stop yourself from being able to move forward. There are things, spirits called cankerworms, that you might not know about, so you might need to pray about it, friend. Whereas it can be something that for you, you think yourself, you think, right? You think yourself, you overthink yourself out of doing something, and you procrastinate, and then the opportunity passes you by, and it could have been for you. Don't, like, it's easy for me to say don't do that, but the easiest way I can, the best advice I can give you is pray about it, because that's actually not normal. It is not normal for you to overthink yourself out of the opportunity that God blessed you. It is not normal for you to overthink yourself and have stress and anxiety over something that God has destined for you. That ain't nothing but the devil. That's the spirit that is stopping you from being able to reach that next level. You are starting the business simply because you want to create generational wealth, right? We talked about it earlier, creating generational wealth is about prayer, not profits. People will say, she crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but you know, the believers always look like foolish people to the human eyes, to mankind. It is prayer, not profits. So if you want to break generational curses and develop generational wealth for yourself, create this robust streamline of opportunities for your family and for your friends, right? Then it takes work, it takes faith, hard work, and consistency. Okay. And you understand. So don't overthink things. Do your best, try your best not to. Know that God truly loves you, and that overthinking is not normal. That's not a normal thing. That's not a normal thing. Okay. The reason being is you are the whole package with business plus the funding. Thank you. Yes, I'm a business coach, you guys. So, if you want like a more intimate conversation, one on one, I did have someone book a consultation with me last week, and she just started pouring out crying. And this comes with business coaching. When you book the $50 consultation and we hop on Zoom for 45 minutes, she asked me one question: how did you do it? And I explained to her how it wasn't easy, and my abusive relationship I went through, and things that I have went through in my life. She just started crying and started pouring into me. And she said, I really needed this. I didn't think that, she said, I know you're not my therapist, but I really didn't think that I can get this from a business coach. And I said, you have to break through your mindset. You got to get through that mindset part first. And it's no getting through it. It's getting through it. There's no ultimate like level that you reach. You understand? Like there's no measurable goal for that. What I mean by that is there is no, oh, okay, I broke through this mindset and I'm okay now. So I'm making six figures. So I'm good. I've already been there, done that. No, it's development. And as humans, you have to continue to learn. You have to continue to grow. That's actually the circle of life. The day you stop learning is literally the day you stop breathing. You understand? So you have to keep pushing. You have to keep developing. So the mindset part is like the first hurdle that you have to get over, so you can reassure yourself and motivate and self-motivate yourself and discipline yourself to actually get to business. Once you are in operations, you have to still develop. You have to learn how to have grace and patience with your customers. Those customers that are very like irate, and irate meaning they got attitude problems. You coming in my shop with an attitude already because your man hurt your feelings or cheating on you or whatever the case may be, and you be being passive aggressive. But you have to have grace with people. And you have to treat your clients well and your customers well. And you still have to thank them. And you still have to give them grace because people go through things just like you went through things. That's a whole nother mindset level that you have to unlock within yourself. So mindset is a really big thing. And some of y'all actually need to have a conversation with a business coach like myself who is very understanding and graceful and Christian driven too. You understand? But who's very graceful and understanding of exactly what people go through. I myself have been through it. And someone who is living proof of being able to persevere and get through their things. That's why I offer the $50 consultations. If you want to, you can also join me for my class on Friday, where we're going to apply to the $25,000 grant together. Super awesome. It's $20 for that class, limited spots only. But then you do get that space where you can ask questions and be vulnerable enough. Okay. Um, exactly that was my issue. Okay, Tisha says, is it okay to put your grant response in in the chat, I guess? Then uh then get the response, then critique chat response. Oh, okay. So are you talking about in ChatGPT? No, don't ever do that because they know when you do that. When you copy the grant question, put it in ChatGPT, the ChatGPT gives you the response. You copy the response and then you paste it. No, don't do that. Even if you copy the response, you paste it on a document and you change the wording, they still know. Trust me, I've already tried. So they know. So it's best to do it like organically. No one wants to help you, yeah, or give you information. This is an awesome life, yeah. You know, God said it's a narrow road to heaven. You understand? There's a reason why you say that. Everybody is not meant to help everybody because not everybody has the actual mental, has the patience, has understanding of how to guide somebody, has the influence, and has the knowledge. So you don't want everybody helping you. Matter of fact, stop asking for help or looking for help from any and everybody when your help should come from, you already know, okay, from him up above, okay? The only one who can move mountains and part red seas. Simple. Hey, patient, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, so y'all, I'm on a big 7-day fast. This is day 2 for me. So I'm so blessed that I've been able to have this the energy to do this. So yeah, I'm so blessed to be able to have the energy to do this. I can multitask. Awesome. Okay, so any last minute questions? I'm going to let you guys go for the day. I hope you guys have a blessed and lovely Tuesday. Think about what I said. Don't overthink it, but think about what I said. Execute on what I said. Book a consultation with me. If you are like afraid to get started on your business or you just simply don't know where to start, let's organize those steps together and let me help motivate you. And I'm affordable too. I ain't like these other coaches that's charging you $10,000. All right, respectfully. Now I do have a $10,000 offer, but that's not for you. Okay. And I understand that. So the link to book a 101 consultation with me is in the description. You can visit my website, superchargemybusiness.com. Also, don't forget the $25,000 class that's going to be on Friday. It's $20, limited spots only. Text hashtag 25K to 855-731-1487. That is my business number. You can text that number all day, but if you call it, I'm not going to answer because international charges. Okay. Self-cleanse and self-care. Absolutely. All right, you all enjoy the rest of your day. If there's no further questions, I'm giving y'all some time to finish up. But if there's no further questions, I want you guys to have a great day. Okay. You're welcome. All right. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, friend. Same time tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Peace and blessings. Bye.